Good morning, YouTube. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I don't know the song, Fidel, but Fidel does that good morning jingle, so I guess that was a knockoff of the original. We're in Wilmer. We're Thursday morning, February 27th, 2025. We are Bobtail Jill. We're going to head over to the Amazon here, grab an empty trailer. Then we got to go over to Target, some miles from me, and take it down to Houston. Now, that can't get delivered until tomorrow morning, Friday, so I'm going to go down to my park spot, Flying J, New Caney. They would not do a PM or a power loop here for me yesterday. They just didn't have the time. So I'm going to go to the... There's that Flying J built a new shop. I keep wanting to call it Speedco, but it's not Speedco. I think it's a tire. I can't remember the exact name of it, but I called them yesterday, and they do services. They do PMs. So I'm gonna go there. I think it's like $500 for the synthetic, $475 for their base, $521 or so for their synthetic. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to have them do something. It won't be today. It'll be after delivery tomorrow, because this has got to be delivered at 10 a.m. in the morning. And I'll come back there. That's where I'll park my truck. I will give them the keys. I'll be back in a day or two, because I'm taking a couple of days. Hopefully I can find something out Sunday. That would be ideal. But as it looks right now, Monday was probably the day I won't get something out of Houston. But I'm going to have to keep it on the board. And I kept it on the board all day yesterday, because I really didn't want to stay here all day after I found out they couldn't do a shop. But I couldn't really find anything that was keeping me in Texas. I mean, it's one of those things. If I'm in Dallas and I want to run, there's nothing there. Like I can go to West Virginia from here. I can go to Georgia from here. I can go to Florida from here. I can do a lot of runs that I would like to do out of Dallas over the past 36 hours. I could have, but I told y'all, I want to take a couple days for myself this weekend in Houston. And that's what I'm going to do. So I sacrificed money so I can do this. I just want a couple days out, go hang out with my peoples, and just get away from the truck. So that's what I chose to do. And that's the great thing about, being in this position. It's not all about the money. It's about being able to just do what the hell I want when I want. And right now I need this break. I need a drink or two or three. I just need the time to hang out and shit like that. So more than anything, the drinks are just bonus. But anyhow, let's get going. I did email my BOR. I was like, why is there a routing point on this trip? It didn't make sense. But apparently this is a load that requires a scale ticket. And that routing point that Schneider puts in says that's where a scale is, so you can scale before you get there. But I will scale. Oh, yeah, is this that place? Yeah, she said Fresh Pack requires a scale. Oh, is this the one that I gotta do after as well? Let me close this out. Mark that complete. Go over here. Let me activate this. Review. Activate. Okay, things are coming to my brain again. Let me go look at this Fresh Pack Corp and read these notes. Are there any notes? Location. Driver must have heavy ticket prior to delivery and must go get what? Yeah, I remember that. Pretty sure. I think I called this a Never Again list. I think I had this one on Never Again before too. I don't remember, because you have to scale. You have to scale before you get there, and you got to scale when you get done. But I don't remember how long that. Unload time took. I remember that though. I remember. Okay, I've done this load once. And I got to spend $28 extra, which is probably such a good rate. I mean, I say such a good rate, but 246 miles, like $600. So it's better than $2 a mile. So they pay a little extra, I guess, just for that. Okay. Whatever. Anyway, it is what it is. I got me a load to get me down there. So, and cause worst case scenario, I would have just drove. I would have PC'd all the way to Houston. Anyhow, all right. Let's get this day going, and let's get down yonder. Thanks for being here, guys. Let's see what the trucking world has in store for us today. All right, we are at the Target. We went to the Amazon. The Amazon was literally like, right here's the corner behind the shop of the. Right here is like the corner of the Schneider lot, and across that fence is where the Amazon facility is. Problem is, you had to go 1.5 miles around the block to get to it. So we got the empty, and now we just arrived at Target. Right there, we're in line. 1, 2, 3, about 5 or 6 in front of us. So we're waiting to get checked in, pick up his load, and I passed a couple things here. We're in Midlothian, Texas, off of some airport road. There's a Google distribution center. What the fuck does Google distribute? There's a QT distribution center right here. It seems like a whole new little area, so it's probably growing. We'll have a lot more. So yeah, let's see how long this takes. All right, I see the problem now. The way it's supposed to happen is Target truck's supposed to be in the right lane and everybody else in the left, but that truck right there in the left lane is broke down at the guard shack. So that's why it's taking so long. So she wrote down my drop spot and then my pickup spot and said, hopefully when you come back, I'll have your paperwork. I said, hopefully. Because Target, they usually just, you tell them what trailer number you're picking up, they bring out your bills, they have it already there in the guard shack. I said, hopefully, this load's been ready for like 3 days. She said, yeah, they're emailing me the bills. So we'll see. I just did pre-trip. I'm going to have to go back to the OC and get a tire fixed. Which sucks horse donkey poo-poo. But my route is basically taking me by there anyway. Go straight down 45. So it's not really that big of an issue. Just how long am I going to have to wait there at the OC to get a tire fixed? So. And it's only 25 miles away. Whatever. We're going to try that anyway, see what happens. Okay, the tire fixed itself. It's got the self-inflating system in it. So here's a teachable moment for you. What do you do when you pick up a loaded trailer? You notice the tire has no air in it. Now, if it's not off the rim, if it's not damaged, and you don't see anything visible, obvious to why it's leaking, odds are there's nothing wrong with that tire. So what do? Hell, drive around the freaking lot for a little bit, few rotations, and then check on it, see if it's aired up any. And if it has, you're pretty well good. A lot of times just driving will have it air up. But there's another problem. The trailer does have an air leak, and I think it's connected into that rear passenger side axle, because that's where, and I hear it. You hear the whistling, roaring noise. So I still have to go by the OC and have them look at the air leak, because this is a live unload. My next load that I'm looking at is going to be a live load. So I'm going to travel this tractor for the next handful of days. I need to make sure that it's properly. So, another thing is, explain to me how a load that is listed as high value from Target won't have a seal. Because that have value, wouldn't you want it protected? And it's just a bunch of return scrap, like bags, plastic bags. So, of course, when you don't have a seal, you put your own on there, especially when it's marked high value. Maybe Schneider marked a high value, I don't know. But these are just a bunch of returned recyclable bags going back to where they need to be. I'm gonna make my, now is gonna be Sunday, the 2nd at 8 a.m. Reason? Driver related, baby. Submit. And we're 34 miles from the OC, but we got to get this taken care of. I don't like that leaving crap for the next driver stuff. It bugs the shit out of me. You've heard me say it before. It's the right thing to do. It's the best thing to do. Just do it. And of course, I'm going to need this trailer a little while longer, so I want to make sure it's right. Get this ABS light off, get the air leak fixed in, get to working. So let's go. All right, so we're at Wilmer, and I'm in the express bay line waiting to get in there. We think it might be that tire that just has a leak in it, which means, if you don't understand, like when you on these trailers, they're air supplied, and if it's a closed system, meaning the air doesn't leak out, then you won't hear anything. But if it's escaping somewhere, you're going to hear a whining. It's because air just keeps going through. It's not staying in. That's how I know there's a leak. Now, after I was talking and looking, we think it might be that. Remember how I told you that tire was low when I got it, but it just built itself up? It's probably that tire, meaning air is going in, but it's not holding. So we probably think it's just that one tire. So we're going to see what happens. But I also asked him, because he was an older fella, been here a while, he can explain things a little better. I asked him, because I'm an IC, I've recently learned all y'all do for us is called power lubes, not a PM. What is the difference in Schneider's definition of PM and power lube? Power lube, of course, is what it sounds like. You're lubing everything, changing all the fluids, filters, and such. But when the way they do it on the company trucks or their PM, which they only do once a year, or at least when I was a company, is they do the entire DOT list of inspections. So basically, they're doing their power lube and their DOT inspection on the company trucks on a yearly basis. Now, since I'm an IC driver and I'm required to get a 90-day DOT inspection every 90 days, then when it's time for service and I don't need the DOT inspection, then that's why they just call it a power lube. That's why it's broke down like that. So, okay, understandable. But I'm not getting that done today now because it'll take too long. So, just say they couldn't. And I don't think I'm gonna go to New Caney tonight to my Flying J. I'm gonna go on down about 12 miles. There's a Flying J off 45, exit 64. I believe that might have been where I stayed at last time when I got that. When I was going down to Sugar Lands that night, I got that Walmart delivered to me. I think it's the same spot, but we'll see. But if it is, I'm gonna do the same thing. Get a Walmart order delivered to me, and I'm only 12 miles away from there, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll do my laundry, some more laundry. I did one. There was one of the washers, or two of the. There was only two washers up. And yesterday the laundry was very busy all day long, and I didn't feel like waiting in there till I went in periodically, and it was all filled up. So yeah, I'll do a couple loads of laundry tonight at the Flying J, and then deliver this load in the morning, and then go over to New Caney, wait for my buddy to get off work, maybe even have that shop do the PM there, all kind of good stuff. So anyway, we gotta get through this first, get this tire fixed, and continue with the rest of the day. Right now it is 12:22 in the PM. So I'm only 3 hours away from the delivery. So let me see this. If I do this again, we're going down to Fresh Pack. From here is 226 miles. 3.5 hours. 3 hours and 30 minutes. Straight down 45. I'm gonna hit start trip. So I'm not going to, because if I go to New Caney, it's 30 miles from there. Where's that Flying J at? Where's that Flying J at? Right there it is. Flying J. Pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's the same one. Add the trip. Add the current trip. So I'm 208 miles from that. So that's where I'm going to target to go. And I should be there by, well, if I left right now, I'd be there by 3:30. So we'll see what happens though. How long are we going to be here? I don't know. All right, so I've been in this bay for 2 hours now. He came up and told me, he's like, how long you had this trailer? I was like, I just picked it up. He's like, man, someone tried to slice these tires up. I was like, yeah, I noticed that there were some slice marks on the side of the tires, so I don't know. He's like, it looks like someone tried to cut through them or something. I'm like, why not just stab it, you know? I guess they were trying to. I did notice an X on the one tire. I assumed it was the last driver saying, yeah, I know this tire is a bad tire, but I don't feel like messing with it. And he just put an X on it. But he's like, no, there's knife marks all around the sidewall of these tires. I'm like, okay. So he's changing tires. It's now 14:12, so 2:12 in the PM. I am going to go ahead and go down to New Caney when I leave here. Just makes more sense, I think. I don't know. I'm not 100% on that part. If I have to go down to New Caney, I get off 45 and I go 242 straight over. I hit 59 to get to New Caney, or I can stay on 45 and go straight down to exit 64 to the Flying J there, and go to that one. I'm 12 miles away from. Now I say it out loud. I keep guessing myself because it's natural in me to go to my park spot in New Caney when I'm there. I need to just say stop that mentality right now. Go to the Flying J, and I just did it. I just told myself stop the mentality, so guess what? I stopped the mentality. So I am going to the Flying J at exit 64. Hopefully there's a spot by the time I get there. And then I'm 12 miles away from delivery, and maybe I can get a Walmart delivery tonight. That would be great. Then again, I probably shouldn't do that since I'll be out of the truck for a couple of days. I might just have to, when my buddy brings me back to the truck, Saturday or Sunday, depending on the loads, we'll swing by Walmart, pick it up, and I'll save $30 or so because no delivery or Walmart order fee crap. So that's the better option. Okay, see, I say shit out loud talking to you guys, and you make me a smarter person. Maybe I need to talk to y'all more often about every decision I try to make. Anyhow, I feel like he's buttoning things up. I should be out of here next 30-40 minutes, hopefully. My belly's starting to rumble. I haven't eaten today, so I want to grab something to eat somewhere. So we'll do that along the way. Maybe I can find a barbecue place somewhere and grab some meat. We'll see. All right, so we stopped on our post trip, and we are now off duty. We stopped to 70 miles away from delivery. So instead of going all the way to 64 or exit 64 to that Flying J there, I stopped here in Huntsville, Texas. I just started yawning. I don't know, I just kind of went downhill a little bit. So So I was just getting ready to transfer all the files over to the laptop, and I remembered I forgot to mention a couple things. Is one, as I was getting off the exit there for the Wilmer OC, I was crossing over the I was crossing over the interstate, and someone hollered at me on the radio and said, "Hey, is that country coming?" I was like, "Yeah, man." I didn't get the guy's name. I'm pretty sure it was SFI truck. It was a black truck. And he's like, "Man, you're the reason I came to Schneider, and I still watch you." I'm like, "Cool, man, awesome." So if that was you, it's great for that little. He was going one way, I was going the other way, so we didn't have much, a way to get around or to communicate. But if that was you, man, comment down below. Let me know it was you. It was nice chatting with you for briefly, but maybe one day we'll cross paths where we can actually chat legit. So. And also, the animation, someone called me the other day and asked me what app did I use for my, my mileage and time driven. That's not an app. I go in and I go into my hours of service page, and it tells me how many miles I drove that day and how long my drive time clock was for that day. So that's where I get the information from. But I go into Adobe After Effects and I do motion graphics. I go in there and I set it up. And the length of that graphic is how long whatever song track I use that day. And that's the length of that graphic. And all I do once I get that set up and rendered out, when I bring all the road footage into the thing here, is I nest it all together as one file, and then I just make the length of that road footage the total length of that soundtrack. So it all syncs up together. So when you're watching the road footage and you see the mileage counting up and the time counting up, that's not all the whole day. Those are just clips throughout the day. Those are just total numbers at the top. My total miles driven for the day and my total drive time hours for the day. Not my work hours. Like for today, you're only going to see 4 hours and 25 minutes of drive time at 226 miles total. That's not my work time. My work time, my hours time used today was 9 hours and 42 minutes. I was at the OC and the Target for a couple hours. I was off duty while I was in the shop for a few hours, and then I had traffic time and all that good stuff. So just know that's not like a specific section that I'm driving on. That's just my daily totals. Just want to throw that in there before I close the video out. I'm feeling a little more tired than I should be at 6 o'clock in the evening, but yeah, this is where I sat in that bay for 3 hours and all the bullshit. It is what it is. I'll leave out of here about 7:30. Be there in plenty of time, no worries. And we decided, I'm not going to do a Walmart order like I talked about in the previous clip. I just had my buddy driving by Walmart probably on Saturday when he takes me back to the truck. But there is a Wendy's in this pallet. I haven't eaten yet today. Not a bad thing. It's been suggested that I fast at least like 2 days a week, just to kind of help me push my body into, I guess, super ketosis. I mean, I could wait till tomorrow. But I was curious because you heard about this secret menu T-Rex burger, right, on Wendy's menu, and I've never asked for it. But I saw a video a while back and someone ordered it, and it was only $22. And it comes with like 9 patties. And I'm like, well, $3 a patty. When I buy a Wendy's patty normally, it's like, $3 a patty. I usually get 4 to 6 depending on what I'm feeling that day. Or at that time. So it's anywhere from $12 to $18 there. So if it's $21, $22 for the whole T-Rex burger, buy that, 9 patties, just order it plain, just meat and cheese, throw the top bun and bottom bun away, and voila, 9 patties for cheaper than it would be buying them separate. So I don't know, I'm thinking about that, but if I do that, I'll get some boiled eggs in here. But I've also thought about not even worrying about that, just getting boiled eggs and maybe getting some brats. Now, when I talk about this carnivore, I'm not there's purists out there that are actually 100% guaranteed nothing but strict carnivore, which is good. And I'm just not that strict. Mainly what I focus on is the no sugars, zero carbs, and high protein. Now, which means I can still have a salad if I want to and shit like that, but I haven't yet. But I've also got to try different things along this way of eating to see how my body reacts to it, too. I'm going to lie, yesterday at the OC, last night I wound up going inside, getting out of the, this was like 9 o'clock at night or whatever. I don't know, I just got hungry. My belly was rumbling, and I went and bought a chicken Caesar wrap. This morning I paid for it. It came out. So, when you cut things out, then you add things back in, you can tell how your body's reacting to certain foods, and then you know yourself, hey, I don't want to, that wasn't good. So, yeah. It's an ongoing journey, ongoing education for me. I'm learning the ways to do this and things of that nature. I'm going to just stick with what I know right now, and I will add and tweak things as I go and learn more. So, yeah, that's going to be it for tonight. I appreciate you hanging out with me guys today and riding along my journey. I hope this guy decides to... He didn't turn far enough. Now he's directly in line with me. He's got to jack it over to keep it going, so he doesn't hit me. Should be okay now. Okay, he did good. He made it a little harder than he had to, though. All right, anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you so much. Appreciate all the support. Wait till I get my... I got some of my merch that I purchased out of my shop at my buddy's house waiting on me. So wait till you see the new I haven't even talked to y'all about yet. The new. Anyway, thanks so much. Love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow.